So there's something that's been happening in front of our eyes, and we've barely been paying attention. And that's the fact that young Latinas across this country are suffering. They've been facing higher rates of depression, anxiety, and even suicide at times.
According to the 2017 CDC Youth Risk Behavior Surveillance Report, 10.5% of Latina high school students in the U.S. attempted suicide, compared to 7.3% of white females, 5.8% of Latino males, and 4.6% of white male teens.
A lot of young Latinas across the country, not just here in Milwaukee, are feeling very anxious. They're feeling very depressed. Why do you think they're scared to talk?
Because in the Mexican culture, usually people that have mental issues don't really seek help, and it's not really spoken of.
Can I tell you all this fact, that Latina teenagers are more likely to face depression and anxiety? Is that surprising to you all?
No.
Why not?
They just have to bottle up their feelings.
Yeah, that, and they have like a lot of cultural stress from their parents and a lot of other things.
And then people talk about your race, telling you to go back to where you were from and stuff like that.
So raise your hand if you've ever felt discriminated against. All of you have felt discriminated against. Why is it worth it to be in this space?
Because before this group, I thought no one ever felt how I did.
It's helped me and my mom grow, like our bond.
It's helped me grow. Because at first I thought like no one else went through the same thing. I thought it was just me. And just being in this group has helped me a lot. Because hearing other people's emotions and feelings to a problem could like also reflect on me. Because if they went through it, I could be like, oh, they went through it. I could go through it too.
Some of the girls we talk to are first-generation Latinas, right? And they're carrying a lot of responsibility on their shoulders. Some of them come from parents that are undocumented. Others are going to school for the first time. Is there something about this particular community that makes them more susceptible to mental health illnesses?
I would say that makes them more susceptible to anxiety in this very moment. Yes, we know that first gen, and especially first gen in mixed immigrational status families, meaning families whose parents might not be documented in the United States and children are, is putting a lot of pressure on this group and is increasing the number of anxiety to unseen levels. More than 50% of them report anxiety symptoms.
Is it fair to say young Latinas are going through a crisis?
I would say that there is a crisis among young Latinas in this context accelerated by the political factors. And then themselves, because of the normal adolescent development, are facing a lot of stress in a cultural context that also blames Latinos and stigmatizes being Latina. And in context of a lot of violence, we cannot expect that that will not result in negative health outcomes. Think of it, adolescents are demographically the healthiest group in any society. Suicidal behaviors indicate that the world is upside down.
Born and raised in the Bronx, I did experience hardship, living under poverty, thought that I was not going to continue school, but I did met a social worker who helped me, and she made sure that I continue my education to help others, because that's what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to help.
Her ability to identify has helped hundreds of teens, like 20-year-old J. Mitch Morero.
Chastity in the License Specialist Program has saved my life. Me and my family needed that extra little help, to kind of get us to a place where we can kind of help each other out and they can understand what I'm going through.
What advice do you have for other young girls like yourself that might be struggling a little bit?
Seek help. When you get help, it's like the best thing you ever did. Because now you can feel better by yourself and work on it and it will get better.
It does get better.
Yeah.